Jackie Cation, Laurie Kilmartin. Jackie Cation, Laurie Kilmartin. It's the Jackie and Laurie Show. The Jackie and Laurie Show. It's the Jackie and Laurie Show. The Jackie and Laurie Show.
Oh my God, I almost destroyed everything. I brought out 3 tall waters on a tray, and I felt like, I was like, I could work a service industry job if I had to. And then I set down 1, 2, and then the third one I just throw on everyone's equipment.
Here.
In my notebook.
Which is soaking wet.
Well, I'm almost done. I actually brought a transition notebook with me to Seattle thinking what if I write so much I have to transition over?
I know.
Still got a little space, but not much.
Let me tell you something. I'm still working on my Dublin Comedy Festival one, and I feel kind of embarrassed how long it's taking me to fill it. But I do like it because it has my name embossed on it. Who doesn't want a moleskin with your name embossed on it? Which I don't think it is that
I think
brand.
we bought 300 of them, right?
Right, and it's also not that brand.
Oh, okay.
I feel like, is my cord squeaking?
Oh, it is.
Well, fuck my cord. There we go. We're sorry that the cords squeak. We're going to try different cords next week. Kyle bought some.
Oh, really?
Just stick it out, folks. Right there.
Oh,
Right
okay.
there. Kyle is with us for this episode, as is his mother. Because we're doing 2 episodes.
We have 2 Clarks.
2 Clarks. We're Clark rich. So...
All right. Well,
Okay.
So the last call with Carson Daly, right?
Yeah.
He's leaving. First of all, I had no idea it was still on the air. I thought it left 5 or 7 years ago. Right. I actually interviewed with him when I was like 8 months pregnant. I flew out way too pregnant, but I wasn't
right.
carrying big, so they let me on the flight, and I was like, I went out for a writing job,
Right, and then
got
you
a
went out
fucking
for
baby
a couple
coming.
of beers, and you're like, I'm not really pregnant. Nobody knows.
No, but I mean, it's not, you're not supposed to discriminate against somebody. When someone who's 8 months pregnant shows up for a job that you want filled immediately,
Yeah.
you're probably understandably not going to hire someone that's immediately going to take 6 weeks off,
Understandably.
So I don't know if that's why I didn't get it. Maybe
That's
there's other
entirely
reason.
why.
It didn't
No,
help.
we don't know.
It
We
didn't
don't
help.
I'm sure.
So he's leaving, and his role, the new hosting job is going to Lily Singh, who's a YouTuber. I did not know who she was.
I don't know who she is. I still don't know who she is.
Well, I'm gonna.
Did you go down a rabbit hole and watch it?
No, I don't go. I go down rabbit ponds, and so they're very shallow, and then I drown if I stay too long. So she's very likable, and she's a YouTuber though. Like, it's not a live personality, a live performance personality, necessarily. But she was very likable on Seth. She did Seth, not Seth MacFarlane.
Rogan, Myers.
Yes, Myers. Not Rogan. But no, so
Joe Rogan.
Is
she on Joe Rogan?
She's very likable. And also I think it obviously means a huge, it's a big deal to any woman of color that this woman is, hosting a late night show.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's really cool.
What is the Carson Daly for? Isn't it a music show?
We'll find out. Who knows what it is?
What has
No one knows.
What has it always been?
It's a mystery. But here's the thing. She has so many YouTube followers. I think it's very smart of NBC to go, well, no one's going to watch this show at 1:30 in the morning when it airs.
Okay.
They really aren't. No one watches anything when it airs anyway anymore.
Right.
So
Comics Unleashed? Are you sure?
so she's going to bring, hopefully, these millions and millions of YouTube followers will go jump onto NBC's channel
Website.
to watch her,
Yeah.
right? And then maybe start watching other NBC stuff. And so that's a smart move. And but it made me just think, like, I just don't think anyone in show business likes female comics.
Why would they?
Because you look at Michelle Wolf is a real stand-up, and she had a show for a very limited time on Netflix. They did not give it enough time. It was funny. It had really smart stuff.
Yeah.
And canceled. And it just seems like this shit doesn't go to female comics anymore because we're not likable enough. Because
Does it go to male comics to either, though? I mean, it's going to British.
It's going to British.
Isn't it going to British comics now?
Singers, songsters, showmen, whatever the fuck
Broadway.
that old 1950s version of an entertainer was. It's those guys are getting the stuff. But at least for a while it was going to stand-ups. But now there's female stand-ups it's just
not ever.
Like we tried Joan Rivers and it's not going to happen. Because Sam B is not a stand-up. She's an improv person. She's a comedic persona, but she's not a stand-up. I'm talking Friday Night Late shows. I'm talking somebody who can handle hecklers and do that and then have a point of view as well. I don't feel like show business really likes us that much. They put up with us.
I don't think they need it. I don't think... Okay, now, you have a very distinct opinion about this, obviously, because I've been trying to interject for approximately...
I saw you!
80 seconds.
I watched you.
Exactly.
Your head, you weren't even listening. You were waiting for an in.
Me gasping, hoping that you would shut it for just a heartbeat.
We have to record 3 more podcasts this week.
I know.
Don't hope I'll shut it.
Excellent point.
Okay,
Noted.
You're going
point
to Europe.
of order. Point of order.
Okay.
I will say this about late night TV shows. They aren't stand up. So comics who want to do those shows and host those shows have always confused me. Like, what's his name? Letterman. You remember David Letterman and how angry you are at him still to this day.
Well, I've never met him.
Him and his beard, never letting you on the show. Remember
Dude,
that?
why are you bringing that up?
Because you usually do, so I thought I'd jump the gun.
No, I let it go.
You haven't let anything go. What are you talking about?
I totally let it go. I forgot about it.
Is it gone now?
Yes.
Have I brought it back? Does
what
it
the
burn?
fuck's wrong with you? You psychopath. Stop it. Look at your gleaming eyes. You're so happy you're possibly causing me psychic pain.
Oh, I'm throwing water at you right now. Anyway, so I have this to say is that I don't understand. What I heard back 1,000 years ago when I first started doing stand-up is that he never really liked doing clubs and never liked doing stand-up. He always wanted to be a talking head, sitting at a desk like Carson. He wanted to be that guy.
Yeah, there's some term broadcaster, which I don't even know what it means. But that's what he used to say.
Who was it? It was Steve Allen?
Yeah.
Right? And then it was Carson, magician. Right?
Yeah.
And then Letterman, comedy store.
Jack Benny was somewhere in there. I don't know his order.
Oh, did he do the Tonight Show as well for a heartbeat?
Yeah.
And
no, Jack Parr. Sorry,
Jack Parr. Yeah, Jack Benny, violin.
Yeah,
and none of those people are. Even Conan came from a writing background.
Correct. Yeah.
And then who was it?
Well, Jon Stewart, Trevor Noah.
Trevor Noah's
John Oliver,
an actual stand-up.
Yeah, John Oliver.
I don't think I think he does stand-up now.
No, he was doing stand-up before.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, in New York.
And Stewart as well?
Oh, yeah. Stewart was like doing road shit. He worked,
Was he a baby comic? Like, did he come up from... Because I remember when he had that show on MTV, he was probably 24, 27, something like that.
I don't know.
But he's been doing stand-up for as long as the Dawn Man as well.
He was a stand-up guy.
Like, I don't know when it became about stand-up. I think it was when Letterman did it. It was because then it went to Leno.
Right.
And Leno, there's nobody more stand-up-y than Leno. Like, that guy is entirely... That guy,
I don't feel comfortable commenting on any Jay Leno stories. You're on your own here.
It's true. Well, I just remember back in the 80s when everyone I knew who went and saw him because he was murdering.
He was hilarious on Letterman. Fucking hilarious.
And his club sets were amazing.
Yes.
It's sort of like, do you know who it reminded me of 10, 15 years later was Drew Carey.
Oh.
Drew Carey's sets were 45 minutes of just perfectly crafted stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
That was accessible and everybody liked it. It wasn't...
Right.
It didn't... it was no Bill Hicks, but it wasn't supposed to be. That's not who those gentlemen are.
Can you imagine Bill Hicks hosting The Price is Right? Oh, my God. Oh my God! I need that to happen.
That would be. There's a sketch idea, and so I don't know why. Like, would you want would you want that job? Where you just did the 4 minutes up front and then you interviewed people and you had a band?
Wow. Look at you sneering at the idea of having your own band. And you had musicians who played songs at your request.
I don't know anything about music. I understand that it's got a good beat.
I don't know
kids
that
can dance to it. I don't know.
I don't know that would be something I would want the way
but some people do.
Late night
some
show is.
do.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is I think network executives like likable women.
Sure.
And I don't think that female comics are considered likable.
What the fuck don't they like about us? What don't they like about us? Is there some problem with how I'm sitting? What's happening? Anyway, so
even like Amy Schumer just had a special come out, and half the articles are about her, people not liking her. It's like, what the fuck?
Right.
So I kind of feel like.
Did you see Kathy Griffin was talking about how she had an interview and she said it's one of the greatest interviews. The guy just talked to me like I was a hardworking comic. It was one of the most. It was lovely.
Oh, I'll check it out.
No, I didn't. I just read her tweet about it.
Okay.
I don't recommend you check it out. You don't need to. I hope it all works out for you.
You're very bossy tonight.
Am I?
Yes.
It's because I want time to go faster.
I feel like America doesn't like female comics that much,
God, does the world like a funny woman?
No.
Yeah.
Not really.
Do you know who likes funny women?
Who?
Other women.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you realize that when I was in Boise, I am working on this bit, and it is just about women being people. And I've heard at least 3 other women, by the way, with that same premise. Mm-hmm. Luckily, it's a fine premise that we can all work on.
Right.
And but at one point, I got like just guys just slumping in their chairs, and the women sitting up, and one woman literally clapping her hands over her head. And so I was like, look what just happened right there. I was like, well, I didn't want to lose the guys.
No, that's the thing. You don't want to lose the guys. So how can you...
I don't want to get walked to my car. I don't need that.
No, how can you... Do you feel like there's a way to tweak it so you don't lose the guys?
Yeah. And I've been working on it for 4 months.
Right.
So I had the guys more and didn't have the women as much. The joke got tighter, and so it's more to the point, mm-hmm. and it's just a tighter joke with a better punchline, and the guys can tell that I'm mad, and so a couple of them will get all into their mustaches and just fucking lose their minds,
right?
And so
they start looking down at their facial hair,
right. They just start looking down at their own beards,
yeah.
And you're like, guys, no, it doesn't. We're still gonna hang out. It's all good.
We're still joking.
Yeah.
But I do. It is weird when the other thing I was thinking about Lily saying is I wonder how many like Indian, female comics that are of Indian descent.
Right.
Like when you see somebody who's got a similar story to you, jump up. Part of you's like, oh my God, they took my place. There's only room for one of us. I have that story. I have that mom, and that sort of anxiety, which
because they create that they've always created that narrative that there's only one job for that one woman, even though there's 30 straight white guys in the world,
right?
And there's plenty of room for everybody.
There is plenty of room. And also,
eventually,
you as an individual, how you react to your life is what makes you different. So, you and I have many things in common, but our acts are very, very different, and even
I forgot to tell you, I'm doing your act.
Even if you did have a kid or I did have a husband, I feel like our reactions to my reacting to being married and your reaction to being a mom would be very different from each other.
Yeah.
But we've cultivated our voices.
That sketch? Holy smokes, what a weird
switch lives.
Freaky Friday. Why don't we sell that show?
But I get anxiety every time there's like a pregnant comic.
You do. You are still
because
it's been 13 years. You're like, why didn't I have that kid?
I'm fucking done with you.
What did I do now?
Can I just talk without you rubbing shit in my face?
What just happened? How was that bad?
No. Because.
Okay.
I'm saying I feel like.
No, just because? Okay, go ahead. Because it was. Continue.
Because I always feel like when I was pregnant, and not just me, there's other women that were pregnant at the same time. Comedy had no interest in us, and it was like, ugh, let us know when that thing's out of you and you don't show, and so we didn't get to tell our stories on TV. We didn't get specials. We didn't get any attention. They weren't excited. And I get jealous that like the industry's excited about pregnant comics now. I'm like, fuck, man. I was really good when I was pregnant. Like I had abortion jokes that only worked because I was visibly pregnant, and I can't replicate them. They'll never work again.
Well, yes.
So,
yes, it's a slice of history that you did not get to take advantage of.
Right.
Because of the nature of the business and
because it was only Comedy Central, and they were only, as they still are now, appealing to teen boys.
Right. They love
teen white boys, maybe up to their 20s.
16 to 34. See the new Negroes is coming out this week?
Yeah.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
With Baron Vaughn and Open Mike Eagle.
Yeah, it looks really cool. Everyone seems to be very excited about it.
Yeah. So that's great. And but yeah, I no, and I think that you can definitely sort of lament that and be, because if I could retain any sort of anger, I mean, here's one of my best traits is that I forget that I'm mad about shit, and then I just keep going, and it's really, I recommend it. I don't know how I did it, but
not interested. No interessante.
Wow, who knew you were so multilingual? I don't even think that's a language. That is some sort of Latin.
That was Spanish.
No,
yes,
it wasn't.
no interesante. I am not interested.
Well, is it Domingo? It is Domingo. It's Spanish Domingo.
Don't try to bring my joke into this. Just admit you fucking didn't know I spoke Spanish right then.
Because I loved your accent. I loved your accent.
Oh, he's blaming me. You can't take responsibility for 1 second.
I will try to fucking keep up.
Flip and turn it around on me.
This is going to be one of these episodes where I just try to fucking keep up.
You pretend that you're all kumbaya. Oh, I let go of everything. Snap, 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 like a fucking turtle.
I always turn into the villain somehow in this thing. It's why I don't belong in a writer's room. I would just back up into a corner and then eventually just come on fighting. That's the true problem. What else? So who else is pregnant? Is Amy Schumer pregnant?
Oh yeah, she's like 8 months now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What kind of baby is she gonna have? Human?
Yes.
Do they know, like a boy or a girl?
No,
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
She doesn't announce.
As far as I know,
is she going to name
she
it?
has no idea.
I've decided that if I have a kid, because I have 2 eggs left, that I'm going to name it FOMO.
Dude, you're still fucking.
Yeah.
What?
Tick fucking tock. Who? Yeah. I keep giving away all of my tampons, and then I have to go buy more tampons.
Yeah, I did that too. I kept him too long, but then I brought him to like a shelter.
That's where you gotta bring him.
Yeah. But like one of my high school, one of my friends from high school had a baby, 52. Yeah.
Nobody wants that. Who wants that?
She's fine.
She's excited about it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean,
it was her first. It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, because there's nothing like being 72, dude, trying to deal with a child.
We're gonna live to be 100, whether we want it or not. These statins that are keeping my mom alive.
Yeah,
she's got a stent in her heart. She has clots trying to kill her every single day, and modern medicine won't let her body do what it's trying to do.
I like that you almost said "supposed to," so you're like when. So, yeah. I don't know what I was talking about.
I don't know. You've gone to your iPhone. Oh, here we go.
Should I read it?
Yeah, I want to hear your schedule in Europe.
Okay, so I leave April 3rd through the 23rd. And
can Andy fly out and meet you any place?
That'd be really cool if he just came to Istanbul for the weekend. And
well, where do you end up?
Kosovo.
What? Okay, so he meets you in Kosovo. And then you guys chill in Serbia or whatever for a little while?
We dash off to see the pyramids.
Yes.
Something.
Well, I don't know that there's pyramids in Serbia, but...
No, we would have to leave Serbia,
Right.
and go somewhere where they had pyramids.
Egypt, I think.
That's where they're keeping them in
Yeah.
that area. Essentially, we've got shows the 5th and 6th, something called Lakenheath, and then something called Croughton.
And that's in
the UK.
Oh,
And then
those
we-
are such British names.
And then on Sunday the
Croughton.
7th, we travel to Belgium. And then we're either doing Vocal or Brussels.
Wow.
And then on Tuesday, we're either doing Kleinbrogel or Brunson show. And then April 10th, we're traveling to Poland.
Oh, my
and
God.
the 11th and 12th, we're doing Poland shows. One in Poznan and one in Powitz.
Wow.
Those are not how that's pronounced at all. Very interesting.
No Interesante.
A lot of people don't know this about me. I am not multilingual. Si j'étais un garçon, j'aurais un zizi.
Hey, that's good. What's
sure.
that? That was French.
It was.
Do you know what you said?
Yes. If
Okay.
I were a boy, I would have a penis. It's a dick joke. Why? What else
Wait.
would I have learned?
You know one French phrase and it's that?
I can find my way around France a little bit, but if I ever get to
Around the
fucking
weird
go.
parts of France.
If I ever want to see some dick, yes. Someone
God.
write that down. Travel to Romania on the 13th of April. An MK show on the 14th of April.
What's MK?
I don't know. Then Bulgaria, and then Turkey, and then Kosovo, and then depart something.
Are you
on the
flying
23rd.
all these places or are you
Well,
driving?
what I know is that we are flying. I'm definitely flying to the UK.
Yes.
And then I understand that at some point we're going to fly to different parts of Eastern Europe, but in between we're going to rent some sort of fancy tour bus, like a band bus, like Brian Regan's bus that has bunks.
Yeah.
And I will no doubt be hiding. It's not that I don't. I'm not looking
You're gonna
forward.
be in a sleeping on a bunk in a bus with comedians.
With comedians, as possibly they riff about every street sign as we pass by.
and wait,
I think it's going to be
Who's
fun.
the female comic?
Amy Anderson.
Okay, that's
from
good.
Minneapolis.
All right, you're good. You're good.
And she's a Minneapolis comic, and
She'll hide with you.
No, I'll be hiding from her too. It doesn't mean that I don't like her. I'm not going to like anybody after 3 weeks. It's me and Vargas Mason, Amy Anderson, and then 2 young male comics, I believe, from the store.
Okay.
So, a guy named Antoine and a guy named something else. Yeah. You know, the guy named something else. That guy. Let me see if I could find his name. Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, hold on. I just realized. So this is coming out on the 1st.
Antoine Young.
Okay.
And then the other guy was, I thought his name was Ron something. Do you know Antoine Young, Kyle? Okay, so that's good. That's something. It means that he probably has some time. That'll be good.
Ron White. Is
It's
it
Ron White. It's going to be Ron
it
White
Ron
who's
Lynch?
going to be emceeing. doing
So
12.
on this Saturday,
Yeah.
on the 6th, I will be in Santa Cruz. I'm working DNA's gig in Santa Cruz.
Are you?
Yeah. Do you know what's it called? Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know. It was going to be this. It's this theater that I was trying to book for a while, and then he had a family thing so we had to cancel it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
You'll get back there.
Oh yeah, it'll be Ron Josel, Josol, Judo Ron. Those are the 2 young men that I'll be traveling with.
Okay.
And then Amy Anderson and Vargas and myself.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Sounds really awesome. All those places sound great.
Right,
I'm not kidding.
Eastern European.
I'm being genuine.
Yeah. I don't know how much time we're going to get to do, though. Like, it'd be weird to go to Poland to do 12 minutes. I'm really hoping I get to do 20s.
Oh yeah, at least,
Yeah.
right?
I hope so. I mean, I know they're bored
Yeah.
because they're troops, right? I mean, it's...
And we're not at war in Poland at the moment.
If it's exciting, maybe we'll quit NATO when I'm in there. And then I'll have to somehow find my way back. And then end up, what? I think I'll go to Greece.
You're
and just
ending
settle
up
in Greece.
in Turkey, which is a very safe place for women.
And for Armenian ancestry women.
And Armenian women.
And that was the crazy thing. When he first told me we were going to Turkey, I was like, I can't go to Turkey. I'm Armenian. Then I called my dad. I think I might have told you this already.
Yeah, you did. And you
Okay.
told the podcast.
I tell the podcast.
Yeah.
Hear it again, bastards. I called my dad, and my dad said, "You are not Armenian. opinion. You're an American. Don't forget it. And you won't have any problems. It'll be fine.
How did he turn his back on his people in a second now?
Oh, in a heartbeat. My father will throw... my father is known for saying, without the genocide, we would still be there. What are you, nuts? You're like, hey, man.
Oh, yeah, right? I mean, that makes sense.
It makes sense, except for that his mother was marched across the Syrian desert for 3 months and had to watch 11 siblings die. So
that's hilarious. But
always hilarious.
What I'm saying is...
Not 11.
11?
No, not 11.
How many?
I think it was 5 and then a bunch of like aunts, uncles, and her grandmother and stuff like that.
Dude, that trauma is living inside your DNA, I'm telling you.
It's so beautiful. Because it's a comedy gold. It's a gold.
Why did Kyle storm off?
Well, he's had enough. This is it. You didn't know this was how it was going to end, did you?
I don't even know how much time we've done.
He's given the job to his mom. Exactly. Do you like stand-up comedy? Oh, there you go. You've been around it for a little while because of Kyle. Oh, really?
What?
Please interview her.
No, I did. I'm very articulate. No, I used to go to the Comedy Store in the 70s. It was a fun thing to do on a Saturday night.
Did you see many?
And we used to go none.
Wow.
None. None.
Who'd you see? Did you see Kinnison?
Yes, and now I'm
Wait,
so terrible
70s.
with
In the
names.
70s? Would he have been there in the 70s?
Yeah.
Robin Williams?
Richard Klein.
Oh. Rick Overton?
No, I don't remember that.
Okay.
Gosh, who was this terrible? Who was it that just died recently?
Robin Williams?
No. That was the Zen guy.
Gary Shandling.
Yes, Gary Shandling. I saw many times.
Oh, my God.
And there was a
Were
guy.
you pregnant with Kyle while you were watching stand-up?
No. This is way before.
Oh, this is
But you were still fun.
this is the
when I had a
Coke
life.
and Sunset Strip days. I got you, baby.
This was the mid 70s. You figure it out.
No, I understand. Oh my God.
Yeah. So there you go, you guys. That was Kyle's mom. Talk about a clock eater. Where are we, by the way?
How much
We
time?
are at 26.
Oh my God.
You're kidding.
Disappointing number.
That is a disappointing
Are you
number.
guys
But let's
getting
do.
hot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could punch that off. The very top left one.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
I would like to. Let's throw to Max Fun.
Okay.
And listen to a Max Fun show, you guys, and become a
Subscriber,
supporter.
please. Yeah.
Hey everybody, this is J. Keith Van Stratton, host of Go Fact Yourself, a live game show here on the Maximum Fun Network. Make sure to listen to our next episode of Go Fact Yourself with guest Kurt Brownowler.
I did a show in Flagstaff, Arizona, where the venue just didn't list that the show existed.
Amazing.
And it is the smallest crowd that I've ever done a full hour of stand-up for. It was 3 people.
Oh my God.
And Sarah Schaefer.
Yes, I love crafting. It's my hobby. I have a craft nook in my home.
You do?
I do. It has all my supplies displayed in an adorable manner.
Wow.
Yes. Yes, applause.
Applause for a nook. That's Go Fact Yourself here at MaximumFun.org or wherever you get podcasts.
Guess what? We're back. And then here's the other thing.
I wish
Let's
I could
do
enjoy the
comic of
break you
week.
guys just had.
Comic of the week, Jen Saunderson.
Jen Saunderson.
Woohoo! Jen Saunderson.
Very funny. I did her, I don't know, it was some sort of, not a podcast, but like it was videotape. It was,
Web series.
yeah, her web series. Yeah.
it
where
called?
I had to cook something. It was horrifying, but it was a lot of fun. I think I
That's
made
comedy
rhubarb.
gold right there. What'd you cook?
Rhubarb?
What?
I don't even know what it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
We used yeah, we used to, when I would walk home from, I was, when I was a kid in the Appalachians in the 30s during the Depression, we'd walk home from school, uphill both ways, and there'd always be a rhubarb patch, and we'd pick some rhubarb and get home.
Dude,
and then
we could
dip
just cut it short if you're going to start riffing like this. We could just have a shorter podcast.
So cruel. I try to bond. I think part of our audience, there are rural people. Anyway, so you never picked rhubarb when you were a kid? Probably not in Walnut Creek. You didn't have any rhubarb.
No. We had walnuts and creeks. That's
fair
about
enough.
it. Fucking Walnut Creek.
Were there walnut trees when you grew up?
Well, there were a few. I mean, they started. It was a walnut farm area, but they started, mowing them down and put up pottery barns and whatever. So that was starting to happen when I was little.
Sure.
Not pottery barn, but other stuff. And creeks started to get filled in with concrete. My kid's going to be walking home from school. Old fashioned.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the moms in the area tried to do a carpool with me, and I'm like, nope, he's going to walk.
He's going to walk. He's 6'4" already. I mean, he's a giant young man.
He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's a big guy. He can walk.
He just
and
had
what is it? A quarter of a mile? Half a mile?
It's about a mile.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's fine.
And he's a backpack full of art supplies. It weighs like 70 pounds.
That'll be good for him.
He spent the last week with his brother in Texas.
I saw one of the pictures. Very cute.
Oh, yeah. And so he flew back today, and he had to switch planes in Oakland.
Oh,
and so
there
that
you
was
go.
a big deal. It was no problem, but that's like a
first
new
time?
level of independence.
That is a new level.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And Oakland's such a great little airport that it's perfect to switch there.
Yeah, it's not a huge, it's
No,
a
and
good,
it's all
not
got
Salt Lake
cool
City.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to bop around to another terminal or anything like that.
It's insane. Mm-hmm. And that's great. Have you ever thought about having his brother come and visit here?
Oh, he has, yeah.
Oh, he has already?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been here before.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Because that's nice for them. You take them to
Yeah.
Disneyland or...
Yeah, I mean,
You go to Harry
I would never
Potter
take
World.
them to Disneyland.
You wouldn't take
No.
them to Disneyland?
No, they were here last summer. I worked all day, and they hung out and, did stuff in the pool, or they just watched TV.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's more his dad's, thing.
Oh,
I
to
said,
take them to parks and stuff?
Yeah, I go.
Yeah.
They can hang out at the house. I won't be here. My mom will be here. She's great company.
Yeah. Nobody loves a bottle of vodka and a bag of baby carrots.
You better not steal a vodka from my mom.
I'm going to steal the vodka from your mom.
Oh man,
No, I'm
that's
not.
a Kirkland special from Costco. You better not do it.
Oh my God, we were up at my mother-in-law's up in the Central Valley, Nunez area.
Right.
So
Devin. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's him and his. We were talking to his mom. No, we weren't. But his alt mom, his cow,
His Twitter mom.
his Twitter cow, and but we went up there and. There could have been anything. I've lost the thread of whatever the hell I was going to say.
Mueller report summed up today by Trump's lackey. It's all just like, I don't know what's going to happen. If the whole thing isn't released, we can't really figure out what.
Yeah, and the
exactly
speculative fiction that is happening all around it. You might as well write fan fiction. I don't want any part of it. I don't want any part of it. You want to cosplay all these people and fucking get some dice and roll characters? Because I'm not doing it. I'm not playing. I'm going to wait until it's over, and I'm going to try to make sure that I'm happy.
Maybe the legal requirement for collusion is higher than what they were able to prove. But
Right.
those fuckers tried to do it.
Right, well...
And it's fucking shitty. And that they're going to get away with it.
They're shitty people. It turns out, I think that's been established
Right.
over the last 3,700 years, that he's a creep that crawled out from under a rock. And but someone was talking about they're counting on the states now suing him.
Southern District of New York will go after them for the stuff with the Trump organization. That's going to get more the kids. And it could ensnare Trump, too, when he gets out of office. And then there's other stuff in, I think, the D.C. courts.
And I've said this since he got elected, if we get out of this with 3 branches of the government intact, we will survive.
Yeah.
If he dissolves any of it or doesn't want to not president anymore.
He's 72. How much longer can he last?
That's what you said about your mom. What?
Oh my God. I'm seriously going, how much longer can I do this? This is year 3.
Right.
This is year 3 of
you've been living
constant
with-
tension.
Right.
I realize because she's not here now, I'm like, I live in a state of constant anxiety, and I feel guilty because the only way I can get out of it is if she dies. So
Right.
I'm left with no good options.
Right.
Either I'm totally anxious all the time, or she's dead.
How's your right? How's your sister
Welcome to your
handling it?
future, Mrs. Clark.
Except for that Mrs. Clark looks relatively sane. And your mom is a bit of a pill. So, hi, siblings that are listening to the show.
By the way, speaking of your siblings,
Oh,
I
that's
met
right.
Darla. She came to Gotham Comedy Club when I was there in New York last weekend. Oh my God.
Right, she sent me a picture of the two of you sitting in the dark.
Yes.
At a comedy club, The
First
Good
of all,
Dank.
okay, so much.
Please, we've got time.
It's fascinating to see genetics in play.
Yes.
Because you guys sisters look alike, but
We look
you
almost-
guys move the same.
Yes.
You move your arms the same. You guys have these sharp movements where jib jab, jib jab. You're always like making corners in the air with your hands, and your eyes move quickly too.
Right.
You guys, your aura is. I'm like, who's that from? Is that from your mom or your dad?
It's my dad.
Wow.
Yeah, the only person who doesn't have it is my brother Scott, because, and I believe this is because he's had epilepsy since he was little, so he's been junked up on a variety of joy juice, and it's fucked up his timing. And I only say that as a comic.
Wow.
I wish he had better timing because he's very smart and he's occasionally very funny.
Yeah.
But his timing's a little off. His timing's a little different than the rest of ours, and it's a little distracting. Because the thing is if you were to see my brother Phil,
Yeah.
and my brother Russ, and myself, and even my brother Terry, we have the same cadence.
Oh my God. Yeah. So she has your cadence too.
Yeah.
It's so fast. You got to meet my sister. I wonder if Eileen and I are.
I've met her.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, but very briefly.
Right.
And but you do move similarly.
That's so strange.
Yeah. It's
It makes you think, like, Laura House's journey of meeting her birth.
her
relatives,
birth family.
How important that is to see.
She showed me a picture of her brother, her birth brother, because she was adopted, and she goes, "Look, he has the same nose as me."
Yes,
He had
but
the
also
same
to see that and to see, I carry my, like, you're not even aware of how you carry yourself, and then you see someone doing the same thing. You're like, oh, it's just how we were born.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's,
and then, so I was at Gotham. It was a midnight show.
Right.
Probably wasn't the best crowd that's ever been at Gotham. And
And she had worked all day long, and she was like, "Oh, I definitely want to I don't know how much she wanted to see the stand-up, but she really wanted to meet you."
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's great. But here's how I know she's a great comedy sister.
Yeah.
Is I got off stage and it was a very mediocre set and I worked way too hard for very few laughs. And she said, "Great set."
Oh, there you go. She knows.
She knows what to say.
She knows what to say. She's not made of stone.
I don't want to hear your thoughts on the crowd. I want to know that you saw my true comedic self when I was bombing in front of these people. And she said the words.
She said the
Was
right
it a
thing.
lie? Probably. I don't care. She knew how to lie to me, and that's important.
That is important, and she knows. It's part of the joke machine rule set, which is there's something there. That's all you got to say when I come up with a premise. I don't need to hear you say, "Why would you want to talk about that?"
I'm sitting next to her and I felt like we shared a common history, but I'm like, no, we don't. I barely know her.
Right.
It was strange.
Right. It must have been. It's a little eerie when people meet me that have known her for 30 years. They're like, "This is weird. What do you know about the stock market?" I was like, "It could fit in a thimble. Come on in. The water's great." And buy low, sell high. How about that? Anything there? Woohoo! And where are we at?
My God, Kyle.
38.
Why'd you take that minute away?
Yeah, really.
What just happened there?
Okay. All right.
So, what else is happening? So we're going to go on April 3rd. I'm hoping to get the information tomorrow, which is this. I should have the information.
You
by
won't
the time
get any miles from this, right? Like any sort of airline miles from this flight? Are they flying you in a cargo or like a military?
To my knowledge,
plane?
we're probably. Here is worst case scenario, and this is a quality problem. I know that. I get to go to Eastern Europe and do stand-up comedy for the troops. I know that this is a blessing. I'm very grateful. The next
It's not
sentence
the
out of my
greatest gig
face-
anyone's ever had.
It's
your shit with Maria and Carnegie Hall's a little bit, yeah.
Carnegie
you're
Hall
going
was
to
amazing.
fucking towns you can't pronounce in Poland, so don't act like it's.
Are you kidding?
know.
There's going to be some bratwurst there that's going to be real nice. Who doesn't want a pierogi made by an actual Polish person who may or may not have an accordion on them?
And is a descendant from Nazis who killed Jews. Enjoy yourself.
Aren't we all descended from Nazis?
Yeah, you're right.
So it's so sad. Did you hear about that guy? The guy who owns Panera?
Yeah, that
Krispy
was
Kreme?
pretty interesting.
Well,
it's
he
just
did 23andMe or something.
No. The younger generation, like the senior and the junior, were way in the early 1900s were pro-Nazi, pro-Hitler. They used slave labor. They used Russians and French.
Made a boat ton of money, you guys.
Yes.
And now they own Panera and Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
And they just found, they did some sort of, somebody did a genealogy thing.
Well, they asked historians to go further into some research and find some letters, and they found that
How
they
much
discovered
they
that their
supported.
ancestors did horrible shit and
Yeah.
used slave labor and helped
Supported
the Holocaust
Hitler and-
move
yeah.
along, and so they're giving like $11 million to a charity,
Right.
which
is
still
a drop in
doesn't
the
seem
bucket.
like enough.
It doesn't seem like
But I
enough.
mean, other people haven't done shit
And
so
haven't
it's
admitted
something.
anything.
Yeah.
So I kind of like the at least piping up.
Yes.
And saying, oh, look at this.
It's a partial, some kind of reparation. It won't go to the families of those Russians or the French people. They can't figure out who they are. I don't think.
Oh, really?
It'll just
Yeah.
be like a generic thing.
So here's my fear. They're going to stick me on United or American, even worse. American Airlines. They're going to put me in coach.
Yeah.
I'm going to be with the great unwashed.
You'll be in coach.
Oh, I know that. But here's what's also going to happen. I'm not going to stay in coach. I'm going to
You're gonna
spend
bump
all of
yourself
my
up?
money
Okay.
that I'm making on this gig to not be in coach because I can't. I'm 53 years
No, you
old.
can't.
I can't. 14 hours on an airplane.
Right.
I've been squozed too many times into a freaking airplane. I
Right.
cannot be squozed again.
Right.
So I'm going to find out this week because we're leaving a week from Tuesday or Wednesday.
Why can't they get the ticket on Delta so that you
I've
can...
asked, and Vargas has gotten as much information.
I mean, even if you
as
pay
he's
the
gotten.
difference on Delta, it'd still be cheaper for you to bump up to Delta on
Oh,
Delta,
completely.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping if best case scenario, we're on Delta and I can use points.
Yeah.
And all of them. They can have all of them. Who cares?
Yeah.
I have hundreds of thousands of points.
Really?
Yes. I don't know if you know this about me, but that's all I do. I get on airplanes. I get off airplanes. And quite honestly, I'm a monster. When I go into an airport, I'm a monster. I need a Delta Sky Club. We're all monsters in a Delta Sky Club.
The word is out about TSA pre in Seattle. Everyone has it. I could see why people
you
are
wanna
going
get clear?
Yes. There were like 15 clear people trying to lure me into their trap to their lair, and I was quite tempted because
You're like,
not
"Please
everyone's
take my
clear.
retina. Take my do a Jason Bourne and sign me up for something. Ken
Now,
and Karen.
what information are we giving them, and we're paying them to do it?
Well,
I'm
it's Diamond.
disturbing.
I don't have to pay. It was free.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I did after I signed up, after I gave them my retina scan and my fingerprints, I said, "Wait, is this a government thing?" I like that I asked after. And they said, "Oh, no, it's a privately owned company." And I said, "Who owns it?" And then they said, "Ken and Karen." No last names.
Oh, that's right.
Ken and Karen. Go on LinkedIn. It's called Karen Clear. That's her name on LinkedIn. I'm not on LinkedIn. Stop sending me invites. MySpace.
Well, we'll see. Go ahead. Yes. Did you lose thousands of songs?
I lost all of my videos.
What?
Yeah, I've been hiding all my NBC videos on MySpace.
Did you back them up?
Well, they're on 3/4-inch tape.
Oh, well,
They're not digitized, but yeah, I've got them.
You can digitize them at Costco.
Yeah, I can digitize.
No, you can. That's right. Digitize
Do you have a
some stuff.
membership? Can I use your membership?
My mom does. Yeah.
Oh, so does my stepmom. You guys have a membership? Does everybody have a membership? I did. What do you know that I don't know? Why? I don't know. The carts are too big. Anyway, so it's all very intimidating. Every time I walk
I don't
into
like going to Costco.
into a Costco, I'm just like, where it's end times.
Where's the exit?
Yeah, I don't need a case of tomato sauce. I don't. Oh yeah, laundry detergent. Once a month you go, and then you're done. All right.
Yeah. So you lost everything.
So I lost. Oh, the only thing left is the two dope queens, And
So you were hiding all that stuff on MySpace?
Yeah.
And how did people find it?
because it was linked, it's
Just
on
on
the
your
video page
website?
of my website.
Oh my God.
It was just embedded video from MySpace. Now it's a lot of embedded nothing, and which means I gotta do something.
Yeah. That's a
I
bummer.
should probably tell my web guy.
I can't believe they didn't back it up. I can't believe what a monstrous mistake they made.
Who is it? Tommy? Jack?
Tom from MySpace.
Yeah,
He
Tom
sold a
from-
long time ago.
Oh,
the
did
guy, whoever owns MySpace, I think, sold it to Justin Timberlake and some conglomeration of musicians who were going to make it great again.
Well, here's it's still being used by music. I mean, I feel really bad for musicians who lost a lot of stuff, but they probably have it all backed up as well.
You
I
know they
assume.
don't. Musicians, come on, man.
Come on, they're all just whatever. So
They're not like comics.
everybody. So I've gotten a lot of offers to do shows like back on the road right away, home 2 days from Europe.
Yeah.
Go back out, and all I can think is I can't imagine that I'll want to go anywhere except for into my room where I want to lie down.
Right.
For at least a good 7 to 10 days.
Hey, you could throw that work my way, Jackie.
Oh, I will. Matter of fact, I just had some guy in Detroit.
Yeah.
Who texted me. He said, "We met here, and this is a place I have, and Guy Branum just did it. Do you want to do it?" And I said, "All right, how many people? What did it pay? What's the possible?" And he's like, 70 people, $20 a pop. I was like, that's not enough money for two, but
Yeah.
why don't you call Lori?
Oh
there you go.
my God! Wait, the things that are too low money, you're throwing my way.
For both of us.
Oh, to do a Jackie and Laurie
to do a Jackie and Laurie live.
in Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Right, but it would have to be $40, and who wants to do that to people?
Maybe we'll find out.
Right. Oh, you'll take that money. And Kyle will hit the road with you. And so I think
Oh my
when
God.
this goes up,
It was a terrifying noise, which I never want to hear from
you just
a male
got, you just
feature
got
act.
horse snickered by Kyle.
Oh my God!
You know, he was raised here. There's an equestrian vibe to this town that a lot of people don't know.
Yes, the Rancho.
And
Kyle, how much time have we done?
I've done 47 minutes.
Oh my God! This is like a set, like a not a stand-up set, a swim set, where I think I've done 10 100s and I've done 6. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, no, make it. And I keep checking because I count. I have a specific way of counting because I lose track.
tell us more.
Hey, why don't you fill the time in then?
No, I want to actually know. What is, because the thing is, some people have been asking me, when's Lori going to come on the Dork Forest and talk about swimming? Let's have a little mini Dork Forest here. How do you count an aisle? Do you
Well, no,
have a mumbly
I
peg?
just-
Do you use a knife? What do you, how's it?
A
do you
knife?
swim with a knife? I'm just making shit up. How do you do it?
I have an abacus, a poolside abacus.
Bead. That'd be hilarious.
There was a guy I used to swim with who would, there's a lane rope and it has these little discs, like these,
Okay.
red and white discs that you see in the Olympics and
Floaty
stuff like
things?
that.
Yeah.
They comprise a lane rope. They
Okay.
are around, a wire that's the lane rope, right?
Okay.
So he would move the discs every time we did 100 or something, or 200, whatever thing we were doing. And then sometimes the water would move the discs back. Fun. But no, I just note what time I start because I usually do everything like if I do a 100, I do it on the 2 minutes because this meters and I'm not
Okay.
that fast anymore. And so that's how I count stuff. But
you do it by time.
otherwise I just lose count because I start thinking of people I'm angry at. I get a lot of shit done in my head while I'm swimming. I get it out of me and then I
that's great.
out of the water and I feel good and stuff and
Yeah, you burn it off.
yes.
It's
So I lose myself when I'm swimming a little bit. So I need the clock to tell me how many I've done. But there's times where I'm like, I've been here forever, and then I count, and I'm like, oh, God damn it.
I have not been here forever, sadly. I get lost sometimes. This isn't anything comparable, but we got the time. So sometimes I'm playing Marvel Puzzle Quest.
Sure.
And it's a 3-wave fight. And I'll forget that it's a wave fight. So I'll fight the first wave, and then all of a sudden, 3 more bad guys show up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, thank goodness. I still have some hit points back. Gotta get back in, fight the second fight. And then I'm like, oh shit, 3rd wave coming at me. Or 4 waves. That's the same thing. We're living parallel lives, Kilmartin. A lot of people don't know.
I have this conversation 7 times a day.
With your young son?
Yeah, like I can't get away from having video games explained to me.
Well, let me tell you about them. They're pretty great. And if you got a character like Doctor Strange who just does drive-by bazorts, good times are happening. He just comes by with his magic and goes, Zort. Are you going to see Shazam?
My kid just looked it up on Rotten Tomatoes, and he said it was at 93%.
93?
Pretty excited, yeah.
That's Levi Zachary.
Who's that?
Chuck.
Do you know him?
Yeah, he was on the TV show Chuck.
Oh, I remember that show.
This feels like he got a rowing scholarship to Harvard. I don't know why. And I like Levi Zachary, but I don't. Zachary Levi, that's his name. Whatever. He's a gene mongol. No, mogul? Mongol? What just happened?
Wait, is he from Money or something?
I can only assume.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you've ever seen him, but he's a tall, perfectly normal-looking, sort of handsome guy. But
is he like Army Hammer or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he's 40.
Oh, is he?
Well, 38.
Wait, I thought Shazam was a young boy.
Turns into Zachary.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. All right.
I want to call him Levi Zachary now, but it is Zachary Levi because I always called him Zach Levi when he was on Chuck, but he's gone by Zachary now.
Do you know him, or do you have this familiarity only in your head from watching Chuck?
Well, you know how sometimes you know people because they're on a TV show you like?
Okay.
That's
all right.
exactly what's happened here.
Okay.
I really liked him on Chuck because
Yes.
he played a nerd,
Right.
Who was to be made into a spy.
Yes.
And that's what he is.
Okay.
But now he's, I don't know. How old is Paul Rudd? He plays Ant-Man. 55? Is he our age?
Yeah, people are kind of circling around him saying you're ageless, which is right after people notice, that's when your face drops.
Not Paul Rudd. Watch Clueless and Halloween 6, and he looks the same as he does now.
Oh my God.
Think he's had
Somebody
some work?
knows his IMDb off the top of his head.
Handsome and talented.
Sure.
He is super likable. And as is Zachary Levi, but it's so weird to me that because I haven't seen him. I think he was in Thor. He was in one of the Thor movies as a guy, just a kind of another not a background, not that bad, but
Wait, wasn't he the Wasp or something? Paul Rudd or
no? Paul Rudd
bee?
is
An
Ant-Man.
ant. Okay,
yeah, and he's a bee. Yeah. Oh, I am so looking forward to. Oh my God, I'll be gone when Infinity War Endgame. Doesn't it come out the 13th? No, April.
Do you guys need me at all, or
no? We don't need you. It's should I ask Siri? Anyway, this week, what are you doing? What are you doing for sets?
as I said,
Say it again.
I'm going to be in Santa Cruz.
Oh, that's right. That's the only set you're doing?
Yeah. How many books should I bring?
You shouldn't bring more than 15.
But I'm driving. Maybe I could bring more.
Sure, you can bring them all, but I mean, it's not gonna. You're gonna probably if you have a good, because I think that room, what does that seat, 280?
I don't know.
It's either
I've
a
never
buck
been
80
there.
or 280. He told me. I have a vague idea.
Okay.
And yeah, so I don't think you'll sell like a dozen on the outside.
Never write a book. Never. It's
never?
just heartache. It is.
Well,
All the stars have to align for it to do well. And when they don't, it's like, oh, it's your fault.
Oh, no, that's your inner monologue telling you it's your fault, because those books, by the way, just going to say this out loud. You don't have to listen. They're really, really funny.
Thank
They're
you.
really good. And
But it like I just got my royalty statement and
and that's what you're measuring it on. But the thing is a lot of people don't finish books. A lot of people aren't offered, and it's it's a quality problem, obviously. But I mean, it's something that I think that you could be proud of, however successful it is, and it's pretty successful. But it is not a bestseller, which is what you want.
yes,
I know you want to be the best of the best,
right.
which keeps you going. Should I ask this time since you've
Please.
asked twice?
You know,
Kyle,
maybe-
where are we at? Oh, we do. Is it 55? Are we there yet? That's
They
it. This
get
is
a break. We don't get a break. We're coming back in 2 seconds.
Is there a dog in a car at a bar on the street? Yay! Then
I'm Allegra Ringo, a small dog owner. My dog Pistachio howls when she's excited.
And I'm Renee Colvert, a big dog owner. My dog Tugboat tips over when he's sleepy.
And we co-host a podcast called Can I Pet Your Dog that airs every Tuesday. We bring you all things dog.
Yes, dog news, dog tech, dogs we met this week. We also have pretty famous guests on Butt Legs. We're not going to let them talk about their projects.
No.
Just want to hear about those dogs.
We don't want to hear about your stuff, only your dogs. So join us every Tuesday on Max Fun.
Hey, we're back, you guys.
my God.
Did you miss us? I did. It was Max Fun. I'm psyched about. I want them to. There was a thing on the drive because we're still in the drive when we're recording this. But they were talking about how if they get a certain number of re-ups and whatever, that they will sell those pins for charity. I want one of those pins that says Comic of the Week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she did a really good job.
Yeah, they look cool.
Designing those comics. So,
Yes.
So, thank you if you have become such a thing.
And if you haven't, come on now. I mean, you're
Whatever
getting
happens.
us for free. We're fucking tired right now.
We're super tight.
We flew in this morning and we're
This is our
exhausted.
second episode.
We're not getting paid for this. Can you believe we're still not getting paid for these?
Yes.
We've been doing these 3 years. We've made
thousands of dollars.
Yeah, we've gone to festivals and made a couple hundred.
There's been some money made, but you know what? The real value of this is our friendship. I didn't think I'd get that big of a laugh on
my
that
God.
one. But that's we're 3 years into a friendship here, Laurie. Come on,
Yes.
just think about it.
But everything I touch turns into not much money. Write a book, right?
Turns into some money.
Yeah, write a book called with the word dead in it, and it comes out the day of a mass shooting.
Well, how's it going to not come out on the day of a mass shooting? We live in
true.
America.
I know.
I used to do a joke. It was some sort of gun joke. Oh, I know. It was the old moccasin bit. And at one point I said, when will this be not too soon to talk about gun control? I wait for the day when, because it feels like...
You know what? I have this dumb little tag on this old bit I can't wait to lose.
Yeah.
But it references the Malaysian Airlines crashing.
Yeah.
And I did it in Seattle and predictably, ooh, and I go, hey, I could have done a much more current reference, but I decided to abstain considering the city I'm in right now.
What just happened?
Boeing.
Oh, the Boeing thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's did you know Southwest canceled a bunch of their
Yeah, they canceled one of my son's flights. He had to come back.
No,
on a
they
different
canceled
one.
their order. $5 million in airplanes.
Oh.
They're like, hey, fuckwits, when you have to pay extra for safety features,
Disgusting.
why don't you eat your own dick?
Disgusting.
And
I don't think that's how Herb Kelleher put it. But yeah,
you don't know. Have you ever been in the green room of a major Forbes corporation? They're always talking about their dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why wouldn't they?
I believe you.
Because imagine being a woman in that situation where you have to sit around and listen to them just discuss whoever just delivered the coffee, and you're like, I am trying.
Imagine.
Well, there's
Okay, I'll try. Let me look back on every day of the last 32 years.
right, but I mean, I think that there's there's parallel lives that we've had with other women in other careers.
I know.
And it's
I
such
think
a weird.
I could never do what they do.
Right. I mean, they don't live we live in a rarefied atmosphere where we could tell somebody to eat a dick.
Yeah, and we can actually talk back on stage and really shut people down.
Yep.
And it's
rebuttal
so cathartic.
time. Who doesn't love rebuttal time?
They got to swallow all that shit all
That's
the
it.
time.
And then they
Ugh,
die when
so
they're
bad
50.
for you.
Yeah, that's my theory. It's but they're I think we're making strides on all fronts. I think
strides on all fronts.
Strides on all fronts. You
Later.
want that to be called? I mean, it's been great. Yeah.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture.
Artist owned.
Audience supported.